Go back to the Newsmaker line where Congressman Tim Griffin joins us from Little Rock this morning. And I understand there's some daddy-daughter time in order today, Congressman.
That's right. Good morning, Saline County. I appreciate you inviting me on. I don't have a ton of time. When I'm in town, I try to walk my daughter to school. Her school's pretty close by, and she has to be there at 7:55. So luckily, it's about a block away. So, I miss so many nights so many daddies being in D.C.
Right.
That when I am here, I try to make sure that I'm the one that gets to walk her down there. And anyway, I appreciate y'all letting me come on for a few minutes.
Hey, no problem. I know that you were on television yesterday on KARK's morning show talking a little bit about gas prices and lowering gas prices and the fact that right now we're getting robbed at the pump with $3.68 a gallon gas prices here in Saline County. Kind of talk about where you are on this and what it's going to take to bring these prices at the pump down even further.
Sure. Well, first of all, I'd say that gas prices are a concern for a whole host of reasons. First of all, they really hit Arkansans hard because people have a certain amount allocated in their budgets that they're going to spend on food, they're going to spend on the car payment or whatever. When that gas goes up, you got to take money from elsewhere. Maybe you don't go out to dinners or whatever that you're used to doing because you got to use that extra money for gas. So it hits families hard, but it also hurts job creation because energy costs are a critical part of doing any kind of business, particularly for transportation or if you've got a bunch of delivery trucks or whatever. So it's a concern across the board. And I guess my position is there are two ways to impact the price. We can increase supply and decrease demand. Either one will impact the price. Now, the president's always talking about decreasing demand. Well, in a growing economy, certainly we need to do what we can to conserve and what have you, but that's not going to be the answer. We need to be exploring and developing more here at home so that we increase the supply. Yes, we need to pursue alternate energies, absolutely. But the truth is, in my lifetime, we're not going to be off of get the traditional oil, gasoline. We're just not natural gas. We're not going to be off of fossil fuels in my lifetime. And right now, we're buying a lot of it from overseas, so we're sending billions of dollars to other countries so we can have their energy. And what I say is, let's do it here. And people go, well, that'll take 10 years. Well, they said that 10 years ago. If we'd have done that 10 years ago or 20 years ago or whatever, we would be reaping the benefits now. And so what specifically would I do? Number one, approve the Keystone Pipeline. That's a no-brainer. There's no one button we can push to fix all this, and the Keystone Pipeline's certainly not going to just automatically fix it, but it's a part of the solution. We ought to be buying energy from our friends in Canada, not from countries that don't like us.
Right.
And then we ought to increase drilling on federal lands. We ought to allow drilling in that very, very tiny portion of Alaska that we've been trying to get approved forever. Even during the Bush years, we tried to get it approved, but folks in the Senate, Democrats in the Senate, blocked it. So we've got to keep pushing. We got to make sure that we don't kill the fracking technology through federal regulation that has opened up so many opportunities for folks, both in Arkansas and North Dakota, and now they're looking at the Brown Dense Formation in South Arkansas, which may open up more jobs. So we have, yes, pursue all the alternate energy stuff, but we've got so many opportunities right here at home. And I'll just tell you, the president talks a good game, but every chance he has to increase energy development at home, he pretty much passes on. And he starts with Keystone and goes right down the list. But we've passed a number of bills in the House that would open up more exploration, and they're just sitting over there sleeping in the Senate, waiting on some action. And, you know, so I hope people are telling their senators, hey, y'all ought to vote on these House bills and get some of this stuff moving.
Tim, hands down, at the end of the day, is it going to take a different president to get all this done?
You got that right. I've made it no secret that I disagree with this president on a whole host of issues, and I believe that. I believe we need a change in the Senate too, but we really need a change in the White House. And you know, the good news is Arkansas will do its part. I mean, President Obama has zero chance of winning Arkansas. Zero.
Right.
In fact, it may be less than zero. Maybe -5 or something. I don't know. So Arkansas will do its part on the presidential front. Now, we don't have to worry about that. It's the Ohios and the Californias and the New Yorks and some of these other states that we've got to keep an eye on, and we've got to pray or do the right thing. So.
All right. Well, Congressman, I know we've got to get little Miss Griffin to school on time this morning, and we would love for you to spend some time with her. I just appreciate you taking a few minutes to be with us here on KEWI this morning.
Well, hey, man, I appreciate it, and we'll be talking soon.
Hey, sounds good. Thank you so much, Congressman Tim Griffin, joining us this morning at 7:51. We'll have a look at sports coming up.